going right now. It's believed more than 15 million acres have burned. At least 25 people have died, and it's thought that more than 1 billion animals have been killed. Now,
Hi, lynngilmartin here, Christy here, and we are in Australia. And we've been working pretty hard rounding up a bunch of donations from awesome, generous poker players over the last week, and it's just been insane how much generosity has been shown for
this woman started with a 10K Australian dollar goal, blew past it because you guys, poker players, are the most generous, and now we've got a 50,000 AUD goal.
Well, actually, right now at the time of recording, we're only 2,000 away from it.
Oh, shoot!
So I think I'm about to bump it up to 100K.
And
Why
you
not?
can help us do that. Every single dollar counts.
Yes, $5, $10, so many donations are coming in, and it just all adds up. It's so helpful, and we're just so grateful seeing that long list of names of donations. It all helps. So if you can spare it, please.
Please, because I'm telling you, every morning this girl sees the dollars and she actually sees like the koalas and the kangaroos
Giving happy dances
yeah,
every morning.
who are really, I mean, they're struggling. I mean, everything helps.
It's awful. It's estimated now over 1 billion animals have been affected by the fires that are going on. If you're not sure of what's going on, the news is huge down here. And a bunch of species could be extinct from this. It's really mortifying, including our precious koala. They're already at risk, and a bunch of them we have lost, so we need to help protect them. Okay, thank you. Bye. We love you. Mwah.
Why'd you bring us here? And the living will have this world again.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish eating these nuts, and then I'm going to head up to Hollywood and play some poker. And make a vlog about it. So here we are again. Sunday, December 22nd, 3 days before Christmas. All my Christmas gifts are wrapped. Even though I spent the last weekend in Chicago. Spent the weekend in Chicago, played a couple sessions with Chicago Charitable Games, went over to the Horseshoe in Hammond, and didn't play a hand. Had some drinks, did some hanging out, but now we're back here in St. Louis. We're back here in St. Louis, and we're going to get into some 2-5 action up at Hollywood.
Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake game, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride.
So here we are back at Hollywood Casino. The home casino. But I feel like I haven't vlogged here in years. Been doing a lot of traveling, Houston, Sacramento, Chicago, back to Chicago. So I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little bit strange crafting a vlog here in St. Louis. But you know what? We're gonna go old school. Old school Drawing Dead vlog. Hopefully some 2-5 action. St. Louis, Missouri.
Switching, you will pick a size. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't off me.
The session starts with a pretty layup hand. 2 players limp in early position and a decent reg raises to $30. I choose just to call behind with ace-4 suited here. Honestly, I'm normally raising here probably about 70% of the time. The reason I didn't raise here was because I really wasn't into the table flow just yet and decided calling and reducing variance was just a better option. Both limpers end up calling as well, and the 4 of us see a flop of queen 10-7 with 2 spades. Action ends up checking over to the original raiser, and unless he's actually flopped something, betting this kind of board texture into 3 people as a c-bet and hoping it gets through is kind of treacherous. He checks. I, on the other hand, actually flopped a nut draw. There's really no reason for me to check here. I bet $75 looking to fold out small pocket pairs and players with total air. It works, as all 3 fold and I scoop an early pot. Context is always essential when deciding how to attack any poker hand. Since most vlogs are pretty short compared to your average poker session, a lot of times that context is lost and thus bet sizing and hand history seems pretty askew. A few hands prior to this one, the villain in this hand picked off my river $170 overbet bluff when I missed the flush draw. That's important here. In this hand, said villain opens an early position at $20 and I find myself the only caller in the small blind with queen jack offsuit. This is probably the bottom of my range from this position versus an early position opener. We see a flop of ace king 7 with 2 diamonds. In theory, since my range should be tighter than his even as an early position open, I should have a slight range advantage here. However, I'm normally checking my entire range from this position anyway, so I check it over to him and he c-bets $25, which I quickly call. The turn brings a jack of clubs, putting 2 diamonds and now 2 clubs on the board and adding a pair to my gut shot straight draw. I check again, and he checks it back. I wouldn't expect him to be checking back 2 pair plus very often here, so he's most likely capped at 1 pair, maybe 1 pair with a draw, at best. The river 10 of spades gives me the nuts, although all the flush draws have now bricked. Very, very similar to the hand I got caught bluffing, so I choose a very similar overbet sizing here and lead out for $150. I almost got him, as he tanks for quite a while before letting this one go. There's always this fine line that's walked with bet sizing when balancing between your bluffs and your value. So everything was off to a great start. I felt my reads were good, my cards were good, the table was good, no complaints. And then the wheels fell off, just as quickly as it started. I began missing all my draws, all my pocket pairs fizzled out, my good starting hands amounted to nothing. Here we go with this bullshit.
lost, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn.
So we are back here in St. Louis in the classic mid-session update spot for mid-session update time. I look forward to the mid-session updates. I look forward to coming out here and telling you people how the session's going, but not today. Things aren't going really well. They're not going bad. They're just not going really well. In fact, nothing's happening for me. I'm in the game for $1,000. I think I'm probably down maybe $350 at this point. All because I'm missing things. That's it. I haven't made any big hands. I've just missed a lot of draws. Had pocket pairs that amounted to nothing. Down $350. The upside to this, however, is I think the game is pretty decent. It's only about 10 o'clock. We probably have 2, maybe 3 more hours before people start hitting the road. So let's hope the second half of the session goes a little bit better than the first half. You know what? Actually, let's just hope in the second half of the session I can make a damn hand. Let's hope that. So the goal for the second part of the session is to either make a damn hand or I might just bluff it all off. Either way, something's gonna happen. I came back from the mid-session update and added another $400 onto my stack. My second hand back at the table, literally minutes after me saying during the mid-session update that I either needed to make a damn hand or bluff it all off, this hand happens. Action folds to me in middle position and I open up the betting to $20 with pocket kings. The player to my direct left calls, as do the button and the big blind. 4 of us see a flop of 10-8-3 with 2 spades. The big blind checks it over to me, which is standard, and I bet $50 into the $80 pot. I'm shooting obviously to get value from a 10, maybe pocket 9s, while protecting equity against draws. The player to my left insta-folds and the button quickly calls. The big blind, however, takes a different approach. He check raises to $220. I started the hand with about 1,000, so I have about $930 left at this point. Let's talk about my options here. Folding is basically out of the question. There's nothing to be scary about this board right now, and if I've been cooled by a set, then so be it. Coolers happen. 2, re-raising the check raise is doable, but not only would I be slightly overplaying my hand, but I'd also most likely get all the hands I'm trying to get value from just to fold. Not to mention, any re-raise sizing would most likely pot commit me anyway, so the optimal re-raise size would be a shove. The last option would be calling. Calling has its merits. It may possibly let the button continue and would give the big blind the ability to bluff again, if he is bluffing. I choose the calling option. The button folds and we are heads up to the turn. The turn pairs the 8, which changes nothing really, and the big blind who covers me moves all in.
In a little while, but it might be.
There really isn't a decision here. I call off my last 725 pretty quickly. The 6 of diamonds falls on the river and I say, kings, and hear the words, kings are good, for the full double up. So, after the double up with kings, I lose a small pot with 7-5 suited. No biggie. Can't win them all. Actually, let me rephrase that. You can't win anymore. Spoiler alert. I didn't win another single hand this whole session. Not one. I'm not saying that I just didn't record any winning hands. Oh no. I didn't win anymore. Period. For the next 2 hours, I lost every hand. Hand after hand after hand. Imagine how fun it was reliving this session. of losing hands every which way during the magical process of editing this vlog. Let's enjoy together. Oh wait, I lied. I won one. $10 button straddle, small blind folds, big blind calls, I raised to 50, and they both fold. So I think that technically counts as me winning a pot. I wish I could tell you that the return to the poker streets in St. Louis was profitable. It wasn't. At the mid-session update, I was in 4,000. I added another 400 onto my stack. I doubled up with pocket kings. And then I proceeded to miss everything else for the rest of the night, just like I did before the mid-session update. So, in for 1,400, out for 1,177. So what's that, down? Do I look like I'm going to be doing math? Down 200 and something, right? 300 and something? It's down. I didn't want to be down. But it's not the end of the world. Just another night in fabulous St. Louis. But with that, we're going to wrap this thing up. Maybe get a good night's sleep for once. And then probably catch you guys next year. Although by the time this comes out, it'll already be next year. But anyway, if you like the vlogs, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. I'll probably respond. Click the thumbs up icon. And do whatever else. Happy New Year. And just for the record, I did that thing in one take. So I'm a professional. One take, Jamin. You know what? I'm not going to tell you where the first vlog of 2020 is set. I'll see if you can figure it out for yourself. I will, however, tell you that I snuck into this city to attend the surprise 40th birthday party for another vlogger. That's next time on The Drawing Dead. And then we're going to head up to Hollywood and played a couple short sessions at played a couple short sessions with why are you so overexposed? Sunday, December 22nd?